This video is to show you how to add a file or document that already exists either on your local machine or on your network into DocMoto. So we're not covering creating a document as new within DocMoto. This is purely about existing files. DocMoto is a native OS X piece of software and it does support full drag and drop. This is in contrast to a great many purely browser-based systems where dragging and dropping is supported but is quite limited. So the first thing that we need to do, we need to open up the DocMoto client, and you will see that it looks very like Finder, and this is deliberate so that it looks familiar to your users and it's also nice and simple to use. For the first part of this video, we're going to be adding a file to the test folder. So I'll just highlight the test folder now. And the first method that we're going to show you is through the right mouse click menu. So we right mouse click and we choose Add Existing File. And then we select the file that we wish to add. Now at this point, if you want to, you can add multiple files. And you can do this by using the command function. So I'll just select some multiple files first of all. But for this video, all we're going to do, we're going to add sample document 1. So we press add, and of course, as DocMoto is a centralized document management repository, though it may look like Finder, it does behave slightly differently. And whenever we add a new document, it does ask for a comment. These comments can be mandatory or optional. And here you can see we've added our document and the comment is displayed. We can also add documents from either the File menu or from the Add button on the toolbar. Now, as I stated at the start of my presentation, DocMoto fully supports drag and drop, and I'm going to demonstrate this to you now. I'm selecting a document on my desktop and I'm going to drag it into the DocMoto repository. As before, I'm being prompted for a comment, which I will just add. And here you can see that the document has now been added into DocMoto. Now the final feature that I want to show you is how DocMoto can be configured to tidy up after itself. One of the most important features of a document management system for many people is that it should contain the only copy of a document. And you will notice that after I performed the drag and drop earlier, the document that I dragged in still remains on my desktop. For some situations, it's better that this document is removed from the local machine after it's been added to DocMoto. This behaviour is a preference, and I'm going to set it now within the DocMoto preferences. The preference I'm after is contained in the Upload tab, and here it is under Remove Local Version. And I'm going to check on Initial Upload. I'm now going to repeat the addition of the document from my desktop, but this time I'm going to add it to my home folder. And I'm just going to add a comment, and as this is an example of cleaning a document on upload, I'll add a comment to that effect. And the document has now been added to DocMoto, and crucially it has been removed from my desktop. As discussed, this is a preference and not everybody wants to work in this way, but it is an important feature and it does allow you to exercise far more control than is possible with purely browser-based systems. So that concludes this short video on adding existing files into DocMoto. Thank you.